Good morning. It is 9 o'clock, September 27th, 2023 on a Wednesday. And before I forget, I'm going to the cabin this afternoon, so there will be no shows tomorrow for me. Checking audio. Nope. Well, there will be shows that I'll watch tomorrow, so that's for me, but I'm not going to be uh, doing live streams myself tomorrow. So, let's see. I got some emails in here to respond to. Oh, this is Windows. I knew I was forgetting something. Windows Daily Helpline number 299. Oh, we're coming up to a big number, right? The next one, which would be Friday, is going to be 300. This is a show where myself and the chat room stand ready to answer your questions about Windows computing issues. And you can send questions at this email address or by making a comment on any of my videos or asking your question in the chat room. Monday through Friday, it's about half-hour shows starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and on Saturdays starting 11 a.m. Pacific time. That one on Saturday runs for a couple of hours, and we have a Zoom session open if you'd like to come in and talk camera to camera, right? Because it's not really face-to-face. Emails from the chat today. After I finished the session, I went back and read over things, and Rand Israel clarified that he was asking about settings carried over between the Microsoft account and local account. And I don't know all the nuances about that, but I got to thinking about that yesterday. It'd be interesting to do a series of videos about the Microsoft account as far as logging into Windows with it. What happens if you do? What happens if you don't? What happens if you have a local account backing up your Microsoft account and when you don't? And then on Microsoft Edge, when you're signing into Edge with your account or not, and then OneDrive, sign in or not, and then Microsoft Office products, because all of those are independent sign-ins with the same Microsoft account. You can be signed into any one of those and not the others, and you get the advantages of whatever that sign-in is that you're using. And I don't know it well enough to rattle all that off as far as what each of those does. And I'm intrigued by that. So I don't know, that might become a series of videos. I know some of you are saying, no, don't do that. That's the dark side. I have an email response from Hank. I can show his name here because it's not exposing his email address today. I don't know why that is. He says, thank you so much for your response. I will look to see if I can find someone local. For your information, I meant to pay, but I understand that you don't work that way. And it's not only that I don't work that way through YouTube, but I think it's a really, really not feasible thing to do. Shipping a computer to me to do a basic setup, what I consider a basic setup, because he never made any comment about other software to install. And so I just, no, finding someone local is a much better way to go there. All right, so let's come over to here and then see here. I've got a note to myself. This is a time slip. I took out my client's name from 333 to 340 yesterday. Phone and remote support to fix monitor image rotated on its side. This was a new one. I hadn't seen that. Some of you probably have seen this before, but I went poking around, found the solution pretty quickly and easily for her. But she called me saying that the image, she was pressing some keys on the keyboard, Control, Shift, Arrow, something or other, and the image on the screen rotated 90 degrees, not upside down, but 90 degrees. And so it looked like a portrait image. Now, I connected to her computer remotely, and the way the image appeared to me is it looked like a vertical format video with wide margins on the sides, but it was in the correct orientation. It was right side up for me, but for her, it was sideways, where she'd have to tilt her head to see what's going on. So I was this, and she had Windows 10. I have Windows 11, and the same symptom is here. I knew you could go upside down. I did not know you could go sideways. Let's see, scrolling down here, I went into display settings and then display orientation. Of course, we know landscape, we know portrait, but then these two flip, landscape flipped and portrait flipped. Now this is Baby Beast that I'm showing you now. So if I do landscape flipped, that's upside down. And then you got to move the mouse backwards to click on revert. Or if you wait long enough, it'll automatically revert. But this other one, portrait flipped, I did not know about this. It's sideways. It's not, what I saw was portrait orientation, and it was right side up to me, but this is actually sideways. I didn't know that. Then if you wait long enough without saying keep these settings, it automatically reverts back. So that was fun. Channel comments. Tim Cruz says, no, I haven't got it working yet. The cell booster on my new laptop. Let's zoom in. So sorry I didn't answer your question during the stream because I went out into town to buy some lunch, but tomorrow I have work from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So he's not watching right now because he's at work. I guess he can't, well, he does sometimes watch from work. And Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Of course, Thursday I'm not going to be broadcasting anyway. So I will join your stream on Friday for sure if you want to work on my laptop. By then, let me know. It'll really appreciate it. Lots, Brother Doug. Well, actually, what I'd rather do is show you a couple things, Tim. I'd like for you to go ahead and try these two things. I'm going to show this. Let's see. I got to turn off the picture-in-picture here. What I want you to do is just turn off Windows Defender or whatever antivirus you have, and turn off. Here it is, and turn off Firewall with the old cell booster attached to your new laptop, and see if this makes a difference. I don't think it's going to work, but it could. So go into Virus and Threat Protection, and then let's see, we want everything turned off. So scan options, not there because that's for scanning now. Virus and Threat Protection settings. Go into Manage Settings, turn all of these off. Just go ahead and turn all of them off. And then also come to, let's see, where do we get? Oh, here's Firewall on the left-hand side. And turn Firewall off. Turn it off for public and private. And, well, domain network, you might not even have that. But turn it off for all three of these. And then see if the cell booster will work connected to your new Windows 11 laptop. If that works, then we want to drill down deeper and find out what specific setting can we just fix rather than having major things turned off like that. Now, the other thing that I suspect may be the source of your trouble, of course, is that USB Ethernet adapter that you're using, or that it's Windows 11, and Windows 11 just inherently isn't going to let that work for you. But as far as what else you can try, I'd like for you to go ahead and try those two and then let us know how that works or if it makes any difference at all. Now, let's go take a look. Let's see, do I have anything else? Checking first to see if I have anything else flagged for today. I don't think so. That is all the cell booster stuff. And yeah, nothing else. So I'm going to pop out chat. And we'll interact here. Here we go. Nick Poverman, not trying to brag about my wife, but my credit card company just called to tell me that my balance is outstanding. Nice. I do enjoy your sense of humor, Nick. You're probably, I don't know, are you getting them from a book or something? Josh Kinder, hi everyone. Alice, hello. Wintermute, Tim Sowell, good morning. Actually get to watch this from my office this morning doing paperwork. Tim, I watched a little bit of that mid-air collision at the Reno Air Races. Caramba. Were you at the Reno Air Races this year, Tim? I don't think I'm aware of that, whether you were or not. I thought you were going to go. Alice Seldenball, Rand Israel, Mike Wojcik, Martin Hogg. Hi, all. If you're in jungle and come face to face with heavily armed rebels, and the leader points an AK-47 at you, what do you call him? Sir. Sir. AK-47 at what do you call him? Sir. All right. I think that's simpler than I think. LOL on 300. What? 300. What? I got no idea. Don't know. Another stutter. I saw somebody in chat after yesterday's session was over. Somebody else mentioned that they heard the stutter when I was switching. Okay, I think it was when I was switching. Somebody said it was when I was switching from email to camera or camera to email, something like that. Let's go back to camera and I'll bring up the email. Switch back to email. Did that cause a stutter for you? And how about switching to Baby Beast? There's Baby Beast, and then switch to camera, from camera to Baby Beast, from Baby Beast to email. Can you give me any clarification of where the stutter is happening? I like max headroom. Can I just lean into this and go with it? Rick Lakes, hello. Ken Stout, yes, max headroom effect again. Jeff Fryman, hello. Lovely Lost Wages, Nevada. Lawn Dog, well, Jeff Fryman, the day is starting out pretty good here, kind of calm outside in the next few days. The news is telling us high winds, yikes. Hello, Oysting, good to see you. Chris Garrett, she was pressing escape and she disappeared. Wow, is that a conversation with someone else that I didn't? What? She was. That's that's the one that was turned sideways. It wasn't escape. She was doing some other combination of keys for some other reason. We didn't get into that, but I did find on a mobile device, on a laptop or a tablet, there are certain keystrokes that will rotate the image, but that doesn't work on a desktop. And she was working on a desktop computer. Ken Stout, pressing Control-Shift arrows, whatever it's called, being a Ken. Yeah, it's Control-Shift-Alt arrow keys will rotate an image if you're on a tablet or some laptops. Costanza saw the max headroom. Selden saw it. Wintermute, when I'm pressing buttons, is it all of the buttons? Greg Ham, oh, okay, that was not my system here then. He thought it was his problem. Nope. Steve Dodd, hello to you. Greg M, that's so you can rotate your monitor. Well, yeah. And for a tablet or a laptop, of course, that is, something you would do with those. And yeah, that's there for PCs too, so you can do that. But I don't think there's any keyboard equivalent. I couldn't find any keyboard equivalent on a desktop computer. Flip with image inverted often is used with some video projectors, which can only position upside down at the top of the screen. That would be another reason. Tim is talking about a gaming laptop. Yes, I saw that. That doesn't remove his interest in getting that cell booster to work with his new laptop. Alice says this is very useful. Glad you find that useful. Maybe that was Bobby. People saying good afternoons. Of course, it's morning here in the correct time zone. Alice again. Nick, I work with people outside of my 9-to-5 job fixing computers as well. I had a client last night who was still on Windows 10, 1809. Her computer was a disaster. End of life for 1809 was May 11th, 2021. Yikes. Krista, Nick, you did not push your wife over, did you? Oh, that's from about the credit card company. She's not over the limit. She's just outstanding. Tim Sal did not go to Reno air races. Ken Stout, Alice, got no complaints. Ken Stout was watching Fortnite this morning. Ken to Doug, I keep I keep forgetting. You forgot what you said. You said Friday is a big number. The 300 has to, 300 show. Yes. Yes. Ken, oh, okay, I'm getting it. Ken says, I keep forgetting what you forgot what you said. He keeps forgetting that I have a tendency to forget what I said. So he referenced 300, which is something I said earlier in today's broadcast. Friday is a big number for the 300th edition of Windows Daily, and I've recently added Helpline on the end of that. 2 stutters today, episode 300, the next episode, no stutter. Audio's fine now, but yesterday the stutter was there. No stutter while testing, of course. Well, he was, I heard it. And none of you bought that. I know. You could see my lips. Reggie Erie, hello. TI, I'm not sure what the TI stands for. But hello. I think that's the first time I've noticed your name. Welcome. $300 data recovery. Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. But Bobby Warren. Hello's between the peoples. Lawn Dog, occasionally done. You will hear, whoops. I guess he didn't want me to read the rest of it. Jim says, English, please. The ability to do that seems like a lot of intentional effort. The ability to do that seems like a lot of intentional effort. I keep forgetting what I forgot. I've forgotten more stuff than I've ever forgotten. Starting late here for the second day in a row, thanks to dear sweet Hexona. DVR 1.5. Occasionally, Doug, you will hear a story about Windows not being updated for an extremely long time, like 1809. To me, it's like someone's going to the extra effort to not have updates installed. I think he just probably did a correction on what he said before. What I have seen about that, like if you ask the question, how did that person have Windows 10 1809? Well, when you get in certain time past automatic updates, it just will not automatic update, and it will keep going. And if they keep neglect or ignoring the messages that come up, they can stay on Windows 10 indefinitely and still use it. It'll still work. It might get less and less functional on some websites, perhaps, or some software might give you objections. I've also come across computers where they're just failing to install updates before their edition of Windows 10 expires, and then it just continues going forever without ever updating. To me, it's like someone is going to the extra effort to not have updates installed. The ability to do that seems like a lot of intentional effort. Yeah, what I'm saying here, no, not necessarily. I have come across computers that the updates just stop working and no more messages. Sometimes when the update does break, it's not always a person blocking the updates. Absolutely correct. Still using 1809 may be worse than using Windows 7. I don't know about that. I think either of those are going to work completely fine for the person who's using it if they are never doing anything that encounters a problem. Yes, the operating systems that are no longer supported are not as secure. That does not mean you will get infected. You're not going to get infected unless you get to some site or click on something that's going to infect your computer, or if a hacker was intentionally going after your computer, they'd probably have a much easier time of hacking into it, but that's not likely happening for an individual. I think it's highly more likely what's going to happen with those unsupported computers is they're probably going to get suckered into a botnet, where they become part of a botnet and their computer's still operating pretty much okay. But being a member of the botnet, the owner of the bot or the users of the botnet can send out a command that causes all the computers that are a member of that botnet to do something. And they want all these different computers around the world, and there's lots of botnets available on the dark web for people to use this way. They will like send communications to a particular IP address, which executes a DDoS, distributed denial of service attack. So a computer that is using an operating system that's no longer supported, I think is much more likely, the most likely problem that they're going to have and never know it is that they're a member of a botnet and their computer is being utilized to do evil things on the internet at large. Unless it's the LTSC edition. What was Rand talking about? LTSC edition. Or maybe he wasn't responding to something else he said, but something else that was being talked about. Maybe the obsolete versions. LTO limited. Oh, this is the extended support thing that somebody pays for. Is that what that is? I'm not sure. Sam Van Teel, good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen your name around for a while. As an MSP, I see a lot of devices stuck on a Windows 10 version. The solution is to use the Windows Update Assistant. Okay, very good. Now, I've had times when that has not solved the problem for when Windows is broken. Long-time servicing channel, thank you. Yeah, long-time servicing channel. That's when like a company has an unsupported edition of Windows and they're paying for extended support. And they do get security updates in that environment. Chris Garrett, doctor's office I was at yesterday, was using Windows 7 in their lab. I had to get blood work. I see no problem with that at all in medical environments. Typically, those computers are either not connected to the internet, or if there's a good tech service involved, they may be connected to the internet in a very limited fashion. But they stay on the older version because the equipment software that they're using for their vertical market equipment is not available in the under a higher operating system, or it's so expensive that they elect to stay on the older operating system. Ran Israel, long-term servicing branch, version of Windows 10 Enterprise 1809, no Cortana, no Microsoft Store supported until 2029. So even with the long-term servicing, they're limited in functionality. Yes, Doug, in the medical industry, oftentimes they're not current Windows. It's because they're internal software they use for medical purposes. Now, you may find that there maybe some of the computers in the office, the ones that are allowed to browse the internet, might be on a higher level operating system, but they can't utilize the practice management software. Or maybe it's the computers that are in the treatment rooms that actually interact with the equipment in the treatment rooms, and the front desk computers might be on a newer version of Windows. Branch equals channel. Yeah, this long-term servicing channel. I was wondering what you meant by branch. I guess you just mistakenly said branch. Although functionally it is long-term servicing branch, or that group of computers that are in that channel. Yeah, whatever. I don't think I have any what do you call it? Redirect. I don't think Ken has a show. Last time I looked, I don't think Carrie had a show. Actually, last time I looked was last evening, and Carrie's show that was still live in progress was visible. What? Is this not showing me? Oh, I went in here to see what shows were available, and this was still showing yesterday's show. Now, let's see if I get today's show. Dismiss that. That's still showing yesterday's show. Am I even streaming right now? Here's $2.99. Go see if there is something available. Did you see me? I'm not in. Whoops. No. Did I just insert an ad? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Focus on your live stream. Let YouTube. No, dismiss. I don't want to do that. I think I just avoided that. I was trying to demonstrate that I was not inserting ads during a stream. And then I might have accidentally done it. Let's see, here's something from Carrie. That's today at 1 p.m. Okay, I'll go ahead and redirect to that. My wife's a dental assistant. Yes, their equipment may work better on Windows 7. Maybe they had their own web portal. It also looked like they had IE open. Their equipment may work Windows 7. Yeah, was that a front office computer or was that a treatment room computer? Now, I had a chiropractor client was actually required to upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 10 by their software manufacturer. It wasn't at the beginning of Windows 10, but somewhere along the way. By the way, if you go to your grocery store, you will often find the cash register system is running on XP. Yeah, same issue. Ken says, no, working on an upload. Londog, yes, I know it's a special version of XP for commercial transactions only, but guess what? That copy goes out into the world to record transactions. Well, that's okay too if it's not getting to a location where the evildoers can get hold of it. LTSB is the older acronym. Oh, okay, so branch is the older acronym and channel is the newer acronym. Thank you. Londog, probably within an enclosed system, but still traveling through the internet. That doesn't mean the bad guys can gain access to it. It's probably encrypted on both sides. So even if they are able to intercept the traffic, they're not going to be able to do anything with it. Some people using older OS and older browsers often run into problems with financial matters such as banks, insurance, airlines, as their servers reject the transactions due to out-of-date security. Yes, I have come across that, where some websites will not interact with a computer that is using either an older browser or an older operating system. Nick, until 2017, the U.S. government was still using a computer that was running Windows 95. No doubt. Commercials, interested. Lana Dro, you're interested in commercials? Is that, boy, I'd like to know, do you want to see what happens when I select commercials? Seldom Ball, yep, I saw an inserted ad just now in Spanish. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. I'm going to take a nap. It's raining outside. It was in the lab. The computer that you saw on the older operating system was in the lab. To clarify, you asked if I had anything coming up. I did understand that. I remembered that, Ken. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me, Ken, for realizing what you're referring to? I've seen ATMs and once saw McDonald's ordering system with a blue screen of death. I've seen ATMs and once saw a McDonald's ordering system with a blue screen of death. Lana Dro, inserted. Oh, commercials inserted is what she intended to say. Got it. Thank you for that, Lana. Sorry, I'm Lana, not Lorna. Lana Dro. And Alice also, Alice has also seen B-sods. Besides, I'm beside myself. When I get a blue screen of when I see a blue screen of death, I'm beside myself with frustration. Hey, that's a joke I just made up. Such a Doug. I think that's all I've got. No show tomorrow for me. Not for Fortnite, not for Live Windows Training DougBetts, not for Windows Daily Helpline. So, if you want to send a question, you can send it to that email address, make a comment on any video, or ask a question in the chat room. My next show is Friday. And I think that's all I have to say. That's all. So sad. Goodbye. Oh, have a great day, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.